Jeremy Beck, citizen Electoral Council of Australia. We talk with you about Crown's bail-in. What is it and why do you want to defeat it?
Bail-in is a policy when a bank gets into trouble, in a banking collapse, it can have the power to steal creditors' funds, includes depositors' funds. That means people could lose their life savings in the event of a banking collapse. We oppose that policy as a political party. We're a political party in Australia, Citizens Electoral Council.
What's the current situation and what's the law you want to abolish?
Well, right now, right across the European Union, the law is, since the 1st of January this year, is that in the event of a banking collapse, bail-in will be the law. It's already been implemented. It's also in the United States. Here in our country, in Australia, there's been proposals to implement legislation through Parliament, but as a political movement, we stopped that from occurring in the form of legislation. The problem is our regulator, the banking regulator, would have the power anyway to go in and confiscate people's life savings in the event of a banking collapse.
If banks are free enterprises, private enterprises, they should be exposed also to bankruptcy. Why are they saved?
Why are the banks
saved?
Well, the thing is, we need to save people's life savings, their basic deposits. What we don't want to do is save speculative investments in investment.
Why is it happening?
In investment banking. Well,
why are politicians?
Why is it happening? The whole global financial system is bankrupt because we've had too much money going into speculation. It's gambling. It's like a big casino. The money should be flowing into infrastructure, into jobs, into productivity. And the problem is too many people in the City of London and Wall Street, they don't want to produce goods. They just want to gamble, make quick money.
What do you think about Glass Steagall law? Is it possible to introduce also in countries like Australia or in general in Western countries to reintroduce it?
We're calling for all nations to implement Glass Steagall. Here in the UK, it's very, very important that you've also had a big debate in 2013. There was a major debate in the House of Commons and the House of Lords. There were numerous hundreds of politicians here that did support full separation of banking. Glass Steagall means separate investment banks from retail bank. So the government protects the retail bank, but they don't protect the speculators in the investment banks.
You are Australian, but you are campaigning here in Britain. Why?
Well, we see the City of London very important. It's really the global hub of finance. And if you get a shift here in London, that will mean a shift worldwide. And we
you have also a branch here in Britain of your organisation.
Our organisation doesn't have a branch in London. We do have individual supporters who see the merit in what we have to say. And we are inspired by the number of politicians who do support the Glass Steagall principle, whereas we haven't seen that level of support in Australia. I think it's because here you're much closer to the disaster of the economic crisis in Greece and Spain and so forth, and even in the UK with the loss of jobs and austerity, people are more aware of it than in my own country.